that Barack Obama, when he left the White House, left a letter for Trump, for his successor, and in that letter stated that the greatest threat to world peace Barack Obama viewed, was not Russia or China. He said it was North Korea. And so Trump was surprised when he heard this and said, what is the issue? And he said, well, they're conducting the tests, they are launching missiles, they are enriching uranium, they are not complying with any measures, legal, diplomatic, social. And what President Trump said was, I will talk with him. I will go with him, I'll meet with him, speak with him, and achieve a diplomatic parity stability through direct communication. That was very successful. We saw the missile test stop. We saw nuclear testing stop. And the minute that Trump left and Biden returned, it all came back because the CCP uses North Korea as a tool. They are the dog on the chain for the CCP. That whenever CCP needs a threat, needs some aggression, they pull back. And North Korea, of course, threatening to Japan, launching missiles, sending shots over. And as a Navy officer, of course, that's something that I tracked very, very frequently when I was serving for ballistic missile defense, the Aegis system, etc. That's why this is also important and very real in the Asia-Pacific theater. But it's also a situation where if we understand that there are only two possibilities forward. You can either declare war on North Korea or you can have diplomacy with them. You cannot have one or the other.
いや、全くその通りです。それでじゃあ、いよいよもうアジアの中心、これは中国に赴任されていた関係で、中国の情報にも非常にジャックさん通じておられると思うんですけれども、中国のこれからの出方についてちょっと今からお尋ねしたいと思います。まず、日本にとってですね、あと米軍の基地も近い関係で、みんな注目しているのが、中国は台湾にこれから何らかの形で侵攻するのかどうかというところについてみんなが注目しています。この中国台湾問題についてジャックさんの見解を聞かせてください。
Of course. So to understand where China is going, we must look to China's history because this is very indicative of their path forward. So in recent Chinese history, of course, we remember the situation with Hong Kong. Hong Kong, CCP promised 50 years after the turnover, it would not be influenced by the mainland. One country, two systems, right? 一国两制 in Mandarin. And of course, that lasted maybe 30 years. And of course, it was completely done away with in 2019. And then later with the pandemic, they completely wiped out basically all of Hong Kong's autonomy. They want to do the same thing in Taiwan. As far as the larger question you asked about what is China's overall strategy, again, looking to the history of China, the phrase 中国 in Mandarin, of course, the central kingdom. They want to be restored to what they believe is their rightful status in Asia as the great empire, the center of the world, the center of all commerce, diplomacy, military strategy will all flow through Beijing. And of course, in that situation, that means North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Vietnam, Taiwan, Hong Kong will all be underneath the great power of China. This is what they want. And this is the path that they are attempting to achieve. And so when it comes to Taiwan, I do believe that they will strike when the moment is necessary. Their strategy with Hong Kong is something that we can look at to understand their strategy with Taiwan, because they would prefer to achieve assimilation with Taiwan. They want Taiwan to peacefully return to the motherland, Dalu, and they want to focus on economic and social ties. However, if they are threatened, if they feel this escalation, as I was talking about before with Ukraine and Russia, if they feel escalation, what they would do, and I think that if there is a timetable for this, it has been accelerated because of the actions of the Biden administration, that the first thing would be a naval blockade of Taiwan. And instead of attacking the island directly, what they would attempt to do is a siege tactic. So no supplies can go, no food, no water, starve out the island as much as possible, completely cut them off from the outside world. And then if United States, Japan, etc., wants to respond, then they would commit to a greater conflict, basically to see who would strike first. And if Xi Jinping feels threatened, if he feels as though he can get away with it, he's going to do this.